we're going to talk about backups. But before we show any code or actually demonstrate how to do a backup, we're going to talk about the different kinds of backups that exists. The first one we're going to talk about is a full backup. Okay, and you see on here I have, this is like a sample of how an organization might go about backing up their servers. So what's a full backup? A full backup is when we back up and make a copy of everything. So in the case of our database, we're going to copy the entire database. We're going to copy all the transaction logs, everything we have, everything we know about the current state of that database. That is the safest kind of copy. However, a full copy like that requires a lot more space. It requires the same amount of space that our database currently takes. So if our database takes a terabyte, the backup's going to take a terabyte. Now, there are ways you can compress the data a little bit that slows down reading, but we don't care about that in the case of a backup. We can make it slightly smaller, but generally we're copying all the data to do a full backup. That's the first kind of backup you need to understand and know about. And this is kind of a example of a way a lot of places might do their backups. The more important your data is, the more often you do a backup. So this organization, will say, does a full backup on the weekend. And it's a good idea to do something like that because we're using so much of the database. Do it when things are not busy. So a lot of times your backups, you very rarely do them manually. A lot of times most of the time they're automated, and you can run a command that will maybe run at 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday night when hardly anybody's connected or using the business's servers or whatever, so that they have a lot of resources available to only do the backup. We don't have to worry about a lot of data transactions happening while we're doing the backup. If transactions happen while we're doing the backup, they are still recorded. Okay? When the backup is complete, at the time it's complete, everything that has happened at that point has been backed up, including transactions that may have occurred while the database was being backed up. So in this example, we do a full backup on Sunday. Now, on Monday, we do something called a differential backup. And what's a differential backup? A differential backup is when we make a copy of all the things that have changed since the last full backup. Okay, so all the things that were done on Monday at this business are copied and put in this little backup. Okay, then on Tuesday, maybe we do another differential backup. Okay, and remember, this backup, notice it's a little bit bigger than Monday's, because this is going to record all of the changes that were done since the last full backup. So it's all the changes from Monday and Tuesday will be in this backup. Okay, so differential is all the changes since the last full backup. And then on Wednesday, we'll do another differential backup. Wednesday's backup will include all the changes that happened since Sunday. So we'll have all of Monday's activities, all Tuesdays, and all of Wednesdays. So let's pretend this is our backup schedule, and we do the same thing maybe on Thursday and Friday, right? So, but we have business on Monday, we have business on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, first thing in the morning, the server crashes. Okay, and we lose all of our data. How do we get our data back? Okay, the first thing we do is we go back to Sunday and we restore the full backup. And then since Tuesday was the last full day, we restore the differential backup. So we do this one, we restore it, and then we restore the differential. Okay, we don't need to restore Mondays because remember, this is everything that has changed since the full backup, including Mondays. So restore this, then restore that. Okay, and then we're good to go and we can roll on with Wednesday. That's a differential backup. SQL Server does full backups, and it will also do differential backups. Okay. The other kind of backup that exists is an incremental backup. SQL Server does not do incremental backups, but a lot of other systems do. So it's important to understand. Other database servers do incremental backups. Other servers do it if you're backing up an entire server, a Microsoft Windows server, or even Microsoft Windows computer. I believe those all do incremental backups. So what's an incremental backup? Okay. So same scenario, we do a full backup on Sunday. Then on Monday, we do an incremental backup, and it saves all the changes that happened since the last full backup. Okay, since the last full backup here. Now on Tuesday, we do another incremental backup. Now an incremental backup does not save all the changes since the last full backup. It's since the last backup of any kind. So the incremental backup on Tuesday will have all the changes since Monday. Okay? And Wednesdays will have all the changes since Tuesdays. Okay, so now we have 4 sets of backup files. So if the server crashes Thursday morning, how do we get our data back? We restore our full backup, then we restore the incremental from Monday, then we restore the incremental from Tuesday, and then we restore the incremental from Wednesday. Okay, so it's got a couple more operations. We have to restore all of the backups that happened between the full backup and whenever our server went down. Okay. However, each one of these is going to be smaller, much smaller files, as opposed to the differential that every day got bigger and bigger as we went on. So these might be a little faster each day because they don't take as much time. We're only backing up that day's data. However, restoring it could be a little bit more labor intensive in having to do all of them instead of just the full backup followed by a differential. All right, so full backups, differential backups, and incremental backups. SQL Server only does full backups and differentials. It does not do incrementals.